Happy Valentine's Day! So for this little vlog, we're sitting at my kitchen table because I am way too sore to get to the place where I usually record my vlogs. So hopefully this works out. And since it is the day of love, I thought, why not do a little Smile Magee story time and talk about my love life, or a lack of love life. Oh, for real. Chronic illness and dating is a whole different ballgame. When you're chronically ill, you can talk about the dosing equivalents between different medications, you know what you're talking about. You understand advanced medical terminology. You understand different tests and procedures that most of the population will never get unless they have medical training. But sometimes when it comes to the simplest forms of dating, at least for me, you're absolutely clueless. Because that kind of thing you do not do in a hospital, and I've spent way too much time there. But for this Smile Magee story time, we are going to talk about probably one of my most embarrassing dating moments ever, thanks to my chronic illness. We're going to talk about the time I forgot my date's name, and it was a second date. Yep, you heard that right. I forgot my date's name. Sorry, a little asthmatic, on some steroids right now, hoping to get rid of that. But let's begin the story. So, my sick chick sisters have already heard this story because, well, I kept them up to date with this whole thing. And a few friends have, but names have been changed in this story to protect identities to hopefully make myself look a little less stupid. So, I went on a date with this super cute cowboy. We will call him Bob. So, I had been out on one date already with Bob, and it went really, really good, and he really wanted to go on a second date. But I was in a massive flare. It was like a total spine flare. As you know, my joints are sadist. So my whole back was swollen and awful. I couldn't really move, and I was having super bad brain fog. And to understand this story, you need to know what brain fog is. So, here's a little definition. So, how I like to describe brain fog is your body is already so physically exhausted from fighting itself and fighting your illness, your brain gets tired from the war. So, it causes super bad memory, poor focus, all that jazz. And this was probably my worst brain fog moment ever. So at first I wasn't quite sure if I was gonna go on this date with Bob because I just felt awful. But Bob really wanted to go on the date, and he was really, really cute. So I'm like, sure, why not? And Bob already knew like a teeny bit that I was sick. I don't like to give like the full story on the first date, but you have to explain a little bit so you can stay safe. So I told him that I was having a pretty bad flare-up and couldn't really move. So, sorry, the date would have to be pretty low-key. So he's like, oh, it's fine, don't even worry. We'll just talk and hang out in my truck and maybe go grab some dinner. And I'm like, okay, that sounds great. So he was so sweet. He like lifted me into his giant truck. Yeah, this boy was country. Like I told you, I live in the country. So we were driving around, and then we went to go eat dinner. And we were just sitting there talking. We both love animals, so we were talking about horses. And I was asking him about his work, and he worked in a tractor repair shop. So I asked him, I'm like, so Bob, do you like fix tractors, or what does your job entail? And he goes to me and goes, nah, Jimmy works in the tractor repair shop and fixes the tractors, but Bob works behind the desk and deals with the customers. And I just stare at him, like really confused, and he's just staring at me like, what the heck? But I'm just looking at him, and I'm like, who's Bob? And he just stares at me with wide eyes. I don't really get it. And he goes to me, he's like, Magee, Bob is the guy you're on a date with. And my jaw just drops. I'm just like, And in my head, I'm like, crap, worst brain fog moment ever. Did I seriously just forget my date's name? How on earth am I gonna cover this up? So being the smart aleck I am, I grab his hand and go, oh, Rob, I would never forget your name. And he just stares at me like, this girl has lost it. It was so embarrassing. I forgot my date's name. And I'll add a little additional story. The date just got more embarrassing after that. So, holy cow, this, I guess that's a good prelude. So that day I was having terrible asthma as well. And we were just driving around in the truck talking, but then we saw the park. And you know me, I'm awful at following my limits. So swollen spine, super bad asthma, and all, I'm like, and it was really windy too. I'm like, let's go play on the swings. And he's like, okay, sure, gonna be fine. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be fine. I was not fine. So we get swinging on the swings, and I realized I've never jumped out of a swing before. So he jumps out of a swing, and he's cute, and he goes to, like, catch me when I jump out. And it was, like, the most pathetic little jump. Like, literally, a 6-year-old could have nailed that jump. So I jump out of the swing, land, and have the biggest asthma attack. Like, I start coughing and wheezing, just like, you know how bad it is. Like, you asthmatics get it. And he, super healthy guy, freaks out, swoops me up in his arms bridal style, and he's like, are you okay? What's wrong? What do you need? And I'm just like, inhaler! I need my inhaler! He's like, inhaler, where's your inhaler? I'm like, purse! It's in my purse! Which, thankfully, was slung over my shoulder. Sorry. So I puff my inhaler, and the boy was just about ready to drive me to the hospital. Let's just say, after forgetting his name and having a super asthma attack and all the awkwardness that followed after that, there was definitely not a second date. And sharing stories like this is probably why I'm going to die alone. Bob was a super great guy though, and we're still friends to this day. And it was really, really funny. So there is probably one of, if not the most embarrassing dating story thanks to my chronic illness. I'll have to share some more. One of them involves puking all over a friend's yard thanks to gastroparesis. But, like, dating is hard enough. But dating when you're chronically ill, a whole different ballgame. Today has been a great Valentine's, and I just woke up incredibly grateful to be alive. Life is full of so many great things and just so many things to love. So this Valentine's Day, whether you're a hopeless romantic without the romantic part and just hopeless, super single like me, or you're celebrating with your spouse or significant other, enjoy this Valentine's Day. Enjoy all the love you have in your life, whether it's from pets, from family, from friends, just platonic, or just the love of life in general. Life is such a gift, and I'm so grateful for every crazy, fun, and even awkward moment. If you have any awkward dating stories because of your chronic illness, I would love to hear them. And Rare Disease Day is coming up, so if you would like to help me with a little vlog I'm working on and record a small video sharing part of your journey or a loved one's journey with rare disease, please comment or email me at smilemagee123@gmail.com. Thank you for watching my dorky little vlogs. I hope you have a great Valentine's Day and always smile on. And if you like these vlogs and are watching them on Facebook, feel free to share them anytime And make sure to like and follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And if you're on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe, comment, do whatever you want. I'm just sharing my story of my life with chronic illness in the hopes that someone like me can feel a little less alone and to just put a little positivity out there. So yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, do whatever you want, and always smile on. Show the dates.